I think it's safe to say I'm what they call a fanatic for CookieRun. 5 years into this fandom and these cookies still got me in a chokehold that honestly, I don't think I will ever get out of. This silly game about a little dude with a candy cane with the most recognizable, silly, lovable, cursed face I have seen has become my comfort game, and I've been wanting to make a video rambling and enjoying this obsession of mine. If you don't know what CookieRun is, I don't blame you. They have like 4 games, each with their own storyline. 5 if you want to include Oven Smash when it releases within like a few days. Or probably already released by the time this video comes out. The main summary of the game is you play as Gingerbrave and escape the oven created by the witches. From then on, depending on the game, you will go on wacky, intense adventures with your friends, such as solving murder cases on a cruise, meeting a funky jester and being turned into a chess piece, earning money to get a really important compass owned by some rich old guy with really horrible memory, Old Man Yowie, and whatever is going on in Tower of Adventures, I don't know. On occasion, I'll see a video of people drawing CookieRun characters that they adore, or just some with really cool designs, and it makes me happy watching them, but my personal issue with this is that it's only CookieRun Kingdom, or at least mainly CookieRun Kingdom. After the release of a certain blue jester that keeps floating around the fandom being so shiny so strong, a lot more people have joined the game and want to draw them, basically leaving the other games to be casted away. When I noticed this, I realized it's time to be the change people want to see and draw CookieRun characters from other games as well. As bears, of course. Would it really be on brand of me to not bearify CookieRun characters? Consider this video the first video of the Bearified series, as I find various things and or aesthetics to turn into Anthro bears, just like these I've made in the past. And to ease our way into this, I decided to draw the main 4 you see throughout the games. Disclaimer though, that the information I have is way before episodes 13, 14, and 15 were released in CookieRun Kingdom. Secondly, at the time of writing this, the wiki devs have decided to move away from the fandom website entirely, which is where all the CookieRun wikis resided, and are in the works of rebuilding everything from the ground up. A good majority of my rambling in regards to these cookies is going to be headcanons anyway, so yeah. With all of this said and done, let us begin. For obvious reasons, I had to start with the cookie that's the face of every game, Gingerbrave, the only cookie whose courage and bravery outshines others. He's the main character in each of the games, being the main guy that runs out of the oven to be free of the witches, and soon finds other cookies like him to travel with. I enjoy Gingerbrave. He's just a little guy. Look at him! The major change I gave to this boy was some freaking clothes. It's literally canon in his wiki that he wears no clothes, and I think that it's the funniest shit ever. Like, listen to this part of the wiki. Gingerbrave is a somewhat small, slightly white cookie with warm golden brown dough, cerulean eyes, and a red smile. On his head is a slim tuft of white icing hair, in quotes, in the shape of a 3. He has skull-shaped buttons on his torso and carries a white candy cane with red stripes. He does not wear clothes. Like the wiki mentioned, the most he has for clothes, in quotations, is the 2 skull buttons on his chest. And that simply won't do. So instead of just those 2 little buttons, I gave him a hoodie, shorts, and some shoes to wear. I also gave him fingerless gloves. Had to hold back on my creative liberty here, because with common cookies, their designs are really, really simple. He still looks like a common character, but now he's a common character with some sauce. They fit him really well in my opinion, especially with the red ties on the gloves not being fully tied. Bro just wants to adventure, he don't got time for small things like that. I attached the buttons onto his hoodie strings. Thinking about it now, I definitely could have added them as 2 big decals on his hoodie, but I like them being on the hoodie strings more. I could totally see him fidgeting with them when he's nervous or bored. Gingerbrave is known for running and helping his friends, and as a kid, he would have some naive courage when it comes to fighting whatever comes his way. So, instead of normal pupils, I added little stars in his pupils, and it makes him look so charming. Look at him. Gingerbrave has red icing for his mouth, and I didn't add it on his bear design because that would look weird, so instead I chose to make them little swirls on his cheeks. He's the only bear so far that has different design cheek patterns, and you will see that with the next few characters I do. Even though Gingerbrave is the bravest cookie, and again, a kid, I could definitely see him a bit stubborn, which could play into his naive senses and trying to be a hero to everything. You'll catch him sometimes pouting because he wants to help others and not being a hindrance to any of his friends. But here's Gingerbrave. Look at him. He's perfect. That little guy. She needs more attention. Gingerbride is the next cookie on the common roster, and it bugs me that she's not as relevant as Gingerbrave. The story of Gingerbride is as follows. The witch thought Gingerbrave seemed lonely all by himself. Because of this, she baked Gingerbride, using the leftover dough from making Gingerbrave. Definitely some inspiration from the story of Adam and Eve, and yet she is still outcasted. Sigh. Anyways, this time-lapse of her is actually the second canvas, because I was not happy with the first one when I first started drawing her. Plus, something happened with my computer, but that's a story for a different day. Very similar to Gingerbrave, Gingerbride also has a big, courageous personality, making people happy and smile despite being in serious situations. You can see that Gingerbride looks to be in a simple dress based on her cookie silhouette and icing, translating that into an actual dress for her and adding a few more accessories to her, being the bow and the little apron. Her bow was originally going to be an ascot, but switched it because it looked cuter. I also added an even bigger bow to the back of her dress since it looked really empty and I wanted to fill that space. I used the same colors from Gingerbrave's jacket onto Gingerbride to kinda give off that idea of them being made from the same dough. This is also where I started adding these cheek marks onto them. I got the inspiration from these little bear plushies in Witch's Castle. Each update when a new cookie releases, there's these little bear plushies that match with them. The sad thing is that they're behind a paywall! You mean to tell me if I want a silly plushie just for it to look pretty in a cookie's room, I have to pay for it? Deaf Sisters, I thought we had something. There isn't much to go off of in terms of designs, as it's very similar to Brave's, but can we mention the big lollipop I gave her? This was completely accidental, but I think it's very funny, so I kept it. Imagine a sweet, innocent summer child completely obliterating you with a paddle of sugar. It's even funnier knowing that part of her wiki states, but this smart cookie clearly knows that it would be a bad idea to offer her lollipop to Gingerbrave. Like, what does that mean? Since Dev Sisters likes to neglect their kids, I'm gonna take creative liberty that Bright would be in Kingdom and the first to find Brave, along with Strawberry, Wizard, and the others. Throughout the story, while Brave is out here fighting for his life with his friends, Bright is making sure everything around the Cookie Kingdom is in check. You know the update with the mac and cheese duo? These guys right here? They would still be the main focus, but Gingerbride would help tag along and keep the two from fighting, or something of the sort. Anything involving the Cookie Kingdom or Town Square, Gingerbride would be the main gal that helps. And here's Gingerbride. Petition to make her appear more, please. Please? Strawberry Cookie is the second to last within the main common roster, and is known to be the shyest one in the bunch. Don't be fooled by her appearance, as she contains 0 actual strawberries, but instead contains strawberry extract. It's stated that in her wiki, she keeps her ingredient a secret in fear that her friends won't like her anymore, hence why she is very introverted. But little does she know that her ingredient is the exact reason why many people enjoy her presence. Drawing her was extremely easy, because, well, it's mainly a hoodie. At the time of drawing her, Tower of Adventures released a new cookie named Shining Berry Cookie, and it's subtly confirmed that Shining Berry is Strawberry Cookie's digital persona whenever she plays games, and I love it. I wanted to hint at that in Strawberry's design, so part of her bangs has this white to green gradient. while I was drawing her, I made yet another mistake, and it was the mask on her face. I wasn't thinking at the time till I got to the line art part and realized too late that the mask looked off and not a part of the hood like how I wanted it to. We can chalk it up to her scrambling to put on a mask nearby she had. Yeah, we can do that. Totally wasn't my fault. She has a couple of patches on her shorts, one of them being a strawberry, you know, to represent her design, and the other being a prickly purple yam. Long ago, when the CookieRun Kingdom fandom was still fresh with the game, I remember seeing a headcanon that Strawberry was trained under Purple Yam Cookie because their attacks were very similar, so she could help her friends on adventures, and it has stuck with me since. I imagine her showing the patch to Purple Yam, worrying he's not gonna like it, and Yam just laughs and ruffles her hoodie, showing he likes it. I also learned that not only is Strawberry a gamer, but she's known to also be into singing or making music as a whole, based off of these two relationship sentences right here from Oven Break. And I love that. She is such a girly pop. I love her so much. Very recently, I've been coming up with more little headcanons for her. One being that she's always wearing her hoodie and mask, even if it's very hot outside. The only time she takes it off is when she's home alone playing her games. Her fear knowing that her ingredient is just strawberry extract seeps into her appearance as well, worrying that her friends will like her if she ever were to take off her hoodie. She's just a shy baby. And here's Strawberry Cookie and all of her precious glory. As much as I adore her design now, I most definitely might adjust it in the future. May end up adding some more patches on her shorts. And her backpack, we'll see. And last but definitely not least, Wizard Cookie. Wizard Cookie, possessing the witch's candy wand on accident, I think, discovers many unique magical powers within the wand himself. He's known as the smart one in the group, with much knowledge on the types of magic within Earthbread. And I also found out very recently that Wizard's dough also contains popping candy, which I did not know when drawing this. Man, I really am a fake CookieRun fan. I'm forgetting all these cool details. There were very little changes made to Wizard Cookie's outfit. Tried my best giving it the classic wizard outfit look. I got rid of the teardrop on his robe and replaced it with these X's that hold the robe together. And I did try adding the teardrop back, but there's already a lot of white on his face and the scarf that I just scrapped it. This boy also has boots. It doesn't show him wearing them in the sprite, and God forbid I'm making him barefoot like pure vanilla. He's getting really cool simple boots. His candy wand, which I just turned into a staff at this point, was really annoying to draw. Mainly the candy, cause like, how the hell do you interpret these tiny triangle bits into the wrapper? I originally did just the triangle bits for simplicity, but it did not look good. So instead, I tried to give it that wrapper look, and ew. It was a struggle, but I did it. It looks nice, and I totally didn't want to mentally die. His hat, however, was the fun part. I had a lot of fun decorating it with stars and drawing that waffle cone bit on the bottom of his hat. I also added a little star end on his hat because it does look nice. The last design choice I made was adding a tree bark texture onto the staff and making so it's barely visible so it doesn't stand out. Wizard Cookie is definitely just a sassy smart guy. Not much else happening with this man aside from the idea that he tries to appear older so he can be seen as mature and full of wisdom. As I mentioned before, Wizard is very knowledgeable in the world of magic, giving much respect to the wizards and City of Wizards, seeing their methods as more superior to the witches, for obvious reasons of course. I don't really have much to say in regards of headcanons for him, as I do for the others. But it would be really cute of him to prove his skills by making and coming up with new spells, and stimming when he gets them right. He is the truest stimmer of them all. That is Wizard Cookie! Definitely putting him under the redesign list with Strawberry Cookie. I feel like I can make him better. And that's the main 4 cookies Bearified, everyone. I enjoyed making these designs, and I really want to draw more in the future. Expect CookieRun to occur a lot within this series, especially with Oven Smash releasing really, really soon. And if you want to see more of the series along with other videos I have, subscribe! I am slowly making a return to YouTube. If you haven't yet, please check out this video of me explaining my disappearance for the past months. You can also find me on Blue Sky, where I post mainly sketches, but I try to post full art as well. On Twitch, where I stream Thursdays and Fridays. And on TikTok. All the links will be down in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching the first video of the Bearified series, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Name's Starry VT, and I'm logging off.